Hello, trading has closed on January 6, 2025. As always, we'll begin with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls and then make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Tuesday, which is January 7th, 2025. Remember, it's my plan. I can change my plan. Today, my plan was killed before the open, so don't lose any money. My plan can be wrong, and any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this. Tomorrow should have the early high. We had strong resistance, had Friday's high plus a lower target. We said unless we gapped up smartly, we should drop. Well, we gapped up smartly. That killed the call before the open. No call. And you're just what we said. We'll add this target to the list. We have a new target from today's patterns, 5994.24. If we don't gap down smartly, that's my call. We're still going to see this 59.29 target at some time. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher prices would print, which they did, but there was an optional lower target that almost always prints, and that one printed too. MEJT now says this drop isn't for keeps. Says we're going to return to 59.94.24. We gap down smartly, we'll just count the number but not the time. Otherwise, that'll be the call. Well, the signals are mixed here. We gapped up, hit a higher high, closed under all the highs. That can't be good. We don't gap and take this high out early. It's a negative pattern, should lead to lower prices. But it is positive we have a higher target. So we'll have to use the mixed signals rules. Commonest thing is a gap and a prompt move outside the day's range. The gap and the move outside the range don't have to be in the same direction. At some point, we should drop 300 handles under this line. Doesn't mean it happens tomorrow. Well, let's look at the count. We have green A. We have green B. We're making green C. And ideally, if green C is equal to green A, we're going to bottom around 57.90 cash. Now this is blue A of green C. You can count in black ABC to make a blue B, and at this point, C is equal to 2.618 times A. Now again, just because that works, it doesn't mean some other number won't. But it's a reasonable place for B to end, blue B to end. And if it does, and if that's the right count, and we're in wave blue C down, you would like blue C to have some kind of Fibonacci relationship to blue A, and then bottom out around 57.90 cash. So if you set blue A in black here at 100%, and if that high holds, 127.2% is right at the same price. So if this high holds, we have balance of the waves around 57.90 cash. That's quite a ways down from here, particularly if we hit the higher target first. Here are the mixed signals rules. Tuesday's pattern has a early high regardless of where we open. Typically, it's a bearish day with a low in the final hour. It is bullish. There's a higher MEJT target. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. It is bearish. We gapped up, hit a higher high, but closed under intraday highs. And unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, we should see lower prices. If we hit the 59.90, 424 target, there's resistance there. I'm not saying it is going to hit tomorrow. I mean, if we gap down, then the time is off the table. But if we do start up, that's a place to look for resistance. And if today's high holds, the wave count justifies a drop to near 57.90 cash. So I don't know how we're going to open tomorrow. For all I know, we're going to open way down here. But if we do go up at the open, there's resistance right here. It's the pattern with the early high. And as long as this high holds, we're talking about going down to 57.90 cash and possibly in very short order. So it's the pattern with the early high. We could be in wave CFC. We have resistance. We have a stop. Let's see where we open, and that's today's call.